There's not long to go before the doors open for another full house, just as there have thousands of nights before. Another chance for Engelbert to share a lifetime of music with his audience. After 64 gold albums, 35 platinum albums, a Golden Globe Award, and much more, he still loves to share a night with his fans. The orchestra is settling in. The sound has been checked one last time. The lighting cue's locked in. Everything has to be perfect. It's the only way he knows. In his dressing room, a ritual of more than 50 years begins. Another chance to share a personal musical bond between performer and fans. And everything has to be perfect.
Doing makeup for shots is a lot different to going on stage, because the lights are so powerful. It wipes your face out. And you want your audience to see you the best possible way they can see you.
Won't you please take my hand, and together forever we'll stay.
No great entertainer ever strolls into the spotlight fully formed. It's hard work at the top, and it's even harder work to get there.
Please release me, let me go.
My music was probably, I stamped my style way back in 1967 when I first recorded the song Release Me. I really didn't know which direction I was going to go in. I had no idea, you know, until I recorded so many songs before, and each song that I recorded before was always a big flop. So therefore there was, you know, there was a lot of worry to think, what is going to get me off the ground? So eventually when Release Me came along and I recorded it, and then it went on jukebox jury and it was voted a miss. Now I'm really upset. I'm upset. You know, I was voted a miss, this great song that I thought was going to be a big hit. But I was staying at a Jewish lady's house, and she said to me, Angie, don't worry, my boy. She said, you've got mazel. I don't know what, I didn't even know what she was talking about, but she said, you've got mazel. She said, and mazel tov to you, and it's going to be a big hit for you all over the world. She was right. 3 months later, I was at the London Palladium. I sang this particular song on the London Palladium, and the very next day it started selling 80,000, 90,000 a day. It was just the most unbelievable thing that ever happened to any human being, and it stopped the Beatles from having their 13th number one, which was Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields, which was the double A side for them. And you know, this little guy from Leicester came along and did that to the almighty Beatles, whom I dearly loved, you know. And it started my life. It was just a great thing, and it stamped my style, because that song has had, it was a country song, but we took it and put it country pop, and it became a hit in so many countries, you know, and everywhere you go. To this day, I mean, I can't show my face in airports when people saying, You know, they see me, they see the sideburns, and they go, please release me, let me go. You know, it's so wonderful. That one song started this whole thing in my life. That one song.
Please release me, can't you see?
It was my sister Olga who rang me, and she told me that Engelbert had been at the Palladium, and then in the next instance, he was at #1, and I was absolutely thrilled. I was crying in another country. My brother's at #1. He'd been working so hard for so many years, and I wasn't there to see it happen, you know? I was thousands of miles away, and I just missed it. Being the youngest, I just wanted to be there.
I had the last waltz with you. Two lonely people together.
The realities of show business don't allow him to stay in one place for long. With his UK commitments completed, it's back across the Atlantic to America and a new season of performances.
I had the last waltz with you. Two lonely people together. Tell me, when will you be mine? Tell me, quando, quando, quando we can share a love divine. Please don't make me wait again. When will you say yes to me? Tell me, quando, quando, quando.
Every story has to start somewhere, but this one really gets underway in a well-known spot in the Nevada desert called Las Vegas. But it was Engelbert Humperdinck, not Jerry Dorsey, who was on his way to fame and fortune. His manager and friend Gordon Mills chose the name for him, as he did for most of his artists, like Tom Jones and Gilbert O'Sullivan. It's one thing having a name, but Vegas is where you make the name.
To a joy beyond compare. I can wait a moment more. Tell me, quando, quando, quando. Say it's me that you.
The very first time I came to Las Vegas was in 1967. I just had my big hit Release Me, and of course it triggered a lot of steps in my life. And one of the steps, they wanted me to come to Las Vegas and find out which hotel I would like to play. And I was introduced to a gentleman called Bill Miller, who picked me up at the airport in a Cadillac convertible. And here I am, boy from Leicester, coming up to do my job or find a place to play in Las Vegas. So anyway, we finished up by finding a hotel called the Riviera. And it was owned at that particular time by Dean Martin and a couple of other people, but Dean had a big share in it. When I chose the hotel, to sign up to the hotel, he put his name on the marquee, and the very first time anybody's ever done that, he's done that for anybody. Dean Martin presents Engelbert Humperdinck, and for me that was a big, big coup in my career, to have Dean Martin, a major actor, major singer, backing me in Las Vegas. You know, it was amazing. You always come in a day before, you know, and I'm staying there that night, and I'm up in my suite, and I'm looking out of the window, and I could see the marquee and people working on it, putting my name up in huge letters. And I've never seen my name up like that before. And believe me, my stomach started to turn, and It gave me a lot of nerves that I never had before. But the excitement of me seeing my name in those lights made me dream even bigger dreams, I think, you know, knowing that I'm in Las Vegas.
This is the Fountain of Wishes, the most famous fountain in the world.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about this. You throw a coin in and any wish is granted, right?
Just throw it in. No kidding.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
3 coins in a fountain.
A lot of superstars popped in to see the show and those particular days. And Elvis, for the first time, came in. He sat in my room, and when I introduced him, it took a good 10 minutes to settle the crowd down. You know, he just stood up with his cloak and he opened it up like Batman. You know, it was just the most amazing, spectacular sight to see. He made a big impact on Las Vegas, and when I came to see him over here, you know, I learned a lot from watching him. The man was just an unbelievable entertainer, and not only a great entertainer, great singer, great performer, but a great person in himself. And I was thrilled to say that I befriended him. This is the place. Wonderful. It's my dressing room. Elvis's dressing room. Everybody else's dressing room. You know, the things have changed around it, but I mean, there was a couch sitting over there, a couch over there that people sat on. When I walked in, when I see Elvis for the first time, his father was sitting in a couch over there. And we walked in, Elvis was still in there getting changed. And right about here were some swing doors like saloon doors. And when he was ready, he walked out, and in his immaculate self, you know, and the doors were swinging. As he walked out, one of the doors caught him right in the face. I mean, he laughed it off because, I mean, he just bumped into it, you know, I don't know why, but he did. Because all these things happened, and he just walked out, and we carried on talking and getting to know each other and talking about the past and about the future. I just wished he was still around so we can carry on talking the same way. Amen. One of my most memorable videos that I taped in my life was recorded on this very stage, and in 1982. That's 33 years ago, you know, 33 years ago.
Welcome to my world. Won't you come on in? Miracles, I guess, still happen now and then.
Here I am, still performing. I'd like to do another one from this stage pretty soon. I really would like to do another one, just to show people that I'm still around, I'm still doing my thing. And you know, God's given me that strength to carry on. That's what I intend to do.
Tell her about my heart that's slowly dying. Say I can't stop myself from crying. Every day I wake up, then I start to break up. Lonely as a man without love.
In between shows, there's the constant demand for a performer to be what his fans expect him to be. Interviews, meetings, videos, photo shoots, it's all part of life in the spotlight. He's not only a perfectionist on stage, but in every facet of his art. And this is just part of building a legacy as a consummate performer.
Lonely as a man without love. Every day I wake up, then I start to break up. Lonely as a man without love. Every day I start out, then I cry my heart out. Lonely as a man without love.
I think that's an interesting thing.
This one piece will make 52 layers.
Watch on mobile devices or the big screen. All for free. No subscription required.
My love, the days are colder, so let me take your hand and lead you through a snow-white land of hope.
When fame comes knocking at your door, why wouldn't you go where it leads you? Working with show business legends, entertaining fans all around the world, it's an enviable life. But working is what it's all about. And everyone needs a home to return to, especially when at its heart is family.
I remember the first day we went to Glenbrook. We were all running like crazy kids, you know, trying to find who would have which room. And we went up to the 3rd floor and immediately felt like a crazy presence up there, and then quickly ran back down again. Then I went outside and there's this massive garden, and it had rows and rows of, it had been mowed in rows. So it was like a track out there. And we were doing cartwheels, and we were doing, you know, jumping over each other's shoulders. And we were little. It was just, it was like Disneyland. There was a group of us that were the children of entertainers or managers or whatever, and we were all in this St. George's Hills. And it's like we'd just been put into a book. And every time we turned a page, there was a new, huge adventure, and we would ride bikes between houses. And like the manager's family had a zoo in their back garden. So there was a lot of stuff to do while he was away on the road.
Although it sounds weird to say, it was part of our lives that Dad would be away for long periods of time. And it was always so sad when he would have to go away. But the happiness when he came back was 3 times as much, so it kind of made up for it. And also, when he was away, it wasn't like we were just lonely family at home, because Mum was there, and we had the aunts and the uncles. So it was very much a family situation, but Dad was away working.
In the early years, because I was so young when he made it, it's like we were conditioned to him being away. My brothers really started to feel it because, you know, he's the male figure, and Mum did an amazing job with all of us, but they really missed that connection.
Missed him more than you would not realize. Yeah, he would go on the road weeks at a time, and we wouldn't see him. And when it came close to the time to him coming home, we'd be at the window, all of us waiting for him for the car to drive in the driveway in Weybridge.
One of the great things that when Dad was home, it would bring music back to the house. And there'd be times where we'd be up in bed and we could hear Dad playing his music downstairs, listening to, and the smell of cigars and the laughter, and you know, the smell of cognac kind of wafting through the house. That was very comforting. And to know that he was home and we could hear the music and the laughter again. Dad is very much a family kind of guy, and always has been with his parents and his sisters and brothers. And we'd take holidays in Barbados for like 6 weeks at a time. And
Barbados was one of the first places we got to go on vacation. And we didn't just go on vacation for a little while. We went for 6 weeks. Like, we totally moved in. We bought both sets of grandparents, a couple of aunties, and a nanny and a school teacher. The kids were just in heaven. And sometimes we went with Tom Jones one year, and then with Gordon Mills's kids, but it was beyond exciting, you know, right on the water.
And that was where I learned how to water ski. We all learned how to water ski, and Dad was always a good skier, showing off with his beach starts and everything, and crossing the wakes back and forth, and I thought, gosh, I got to eventually get down to the one ski and like Dad, you know, and get out there and show him how it's done.
So in Barbados, I learned to water ski, and
take off from the beach and actually did barefoot skiing. So here I'm a kid doing this. This is what I'm talking about. When you go back to the playground and you tell kids that you're doing backwards and barefoot skiing, they just, how can you take that in, you know?
And it's going to be on the market, on the home shopping.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
At Christmas, family and friends are everything. And in this home, there are plenty of stories to tell and memories to share when everyone comes together.
It was fantastic. Oh, well, you'll have to send it to me.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah, I got the videos.
I was there, you know, the customers.
And I went to an Italian restaurant and I ordered mussels marinara.
That's what I had last night.
Really?
Yeah.
And the owner showed up.
Christmas is very wonderful being at home in Christmas time. The house is all lit up, you know, with lights and people driving by in the streets and saying, well, that's Humperdinck's house. And every year we have something a little different, you know, a little lighting, a little different to give it a variation on a theme, you know. Being home, you know, at that particular time is very comforting too, because I'm in the pub, I'm the barman, and I get a barrel and I'm pouring the pints for people. And I like one myself. And I've got a dartboard in my pub, and we play darts and have a great time. Darts is one of my favorite things to do. I think it's because I've misspent youth, and I've been playing it since I was a little boy. And my father was always, when God rest his soul, when he was around, he would always pick me as his partner because he never liked to lose, same as me, you know. So he would pick me as his partner, but. Darts is very, very comforting to me. I've met a lot of great dart players in my life, you know, the #1 players in the world. And I'm really thrilled that they have been to my house and they have played darts with me.
Relaxation has many different aspects at home, and one of the favourites is writing.
The gem of life is the gift of love.
Precious, quiet moments to just sit, think, and put pen to paper.
It's where you have to be alone, in your room. You're in your room, you're alone. And that's when I get creative and I start writing my poetry and I write my quotes. I do my crosswords, you know. And that's the time I really get creative, I think, when I'm alone.
So I sing you to sleep after the loving.
As the 1960s opened up and pop music came of age, the British invasion hit America. Audiences couldn't get enough of bands with Beatle haircuts and girl singers in miniskirts and boots, but there was always room for a smooth interpreter of love songs. Getting there was tough, but making it really work was even tougher.
To get yourself established in America, the one show that everybody craved was the Ed Sullivan Show, because Ed Sullivan just knew how to make public awareness of a talent that he put on his show. And he was just amazing. He did the same thing for me when I came over, you know, and he just promoted me in such a wonderful way, introduced me in such a wonderful way that the public has to take notice. You know, genius hosts like that, they just are not around anymore, you know, but he was one of the greats. So I came over eventually, and after doing his show, and I did people like the Johnny Carson Show, and I did Mike Douglas Show, the Merv Griffin Show, who was a delightful man, really a delightful man to work with. I just had a good time doing these shows and establishing this name with my image and my songs like Release Me and The Last Waltz and Les Bicyclettes de Belsailles and all these early songs in my life that established me around the world, you know, and it was just wonderful to be able to do these shows and show the people who I really am behind the desk.
Here he is, Engelbert Humperdinck, everybody! Yay!
Take my hand,
You're the biggest Jerry Lewis fan in the entire world?
I love him. I love this man. I really do.
He's great. I really like him a lot.
Don't do that to
Sammy
me.
Davis Jr.
Listen.
You think of that?
You want to see? Is this camera on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's when you walk into a room, can the broads just come right up to you, or do you have to actually work the room?
He hasn't worked a room in years like that.
My wife's on the phone. She wants to get in on this.
She wants to go up to your room, Engelbert.
No, that's my wife on the phone. No, my wife's on the phone.
my wife on the phone.
You have women fans going crazy for you, following you around airports. Is that let up at all or no?
No, it still does very well.
Yeah, sure.
It's like task force. They know exactly where I am.
They follow you everywhere.
They have to get, he's coming out of the south entrance, and the kid's coming out, you know. It's unbelievable.
It's the Engelbert SWAT team.
Becoming a part of the entertainment scene in America required a plan, and it began with a life on the road. It's the only way to reach your fans, and it takes the true commitment of a professional to see it through. But the most important thing to remember is that eventually, all roads lead you home.
This is my routine when I'm home. Come down from upstairs, take my shower, come down, sit down, have my breakfast, have a cup of coffee, a little bit of juice. This is my routine, you know, sleep in my own bed for a change. Comfort, sun on my back, look out at the balcony. Sometimes I think to myself, that's no way to live. Well, why shouldn't I be? I should be on a bus 12 hours a night, no sleep, bumping around like this all night long, stopping and having a burger here, there. I come home, I do my crosswords, and I write my quote. I write a quote every day, and I find a word from the crossword, and I build a quote around that. I found one today. I think I might be able to. It's called It's Truth. It was in the crossword, and I shall write a quote around that.
Words and music are a passion that runs through the whole family. And on his album of duets, Engelbert Calling, he's joined by his son Brad for a special song that means much to both of them.
Well, I always wanted to sing a song with Dad, and I searched, and what could be a song that I could really pull off genuinely and make it ours.
From the moment I could talk, I was ordered to listen. There's a way, and I know that I have to go away. I know I have to go.
Well, father and son was the only way to go. It was so obvious in its lyrical content that I could sell it because I felt it. And then I knew once he heard a little bit of what I did, that hopefully it would entice him to sing the other half.
Hey, listen, what if I did it? I know I can't sing it in that key because you're singing it in that key. But let me just try that again. Let's play it in the same thing, and I'll go an octave higher.
Oh, which part? The whole thing?
The whole thing, yeah.
Okay.
It's not time to make a change. Just sit down, take it easy slowly. You're so young. That's your fault. There's so much you have to go through. I like it. It's a bit old. It's a bit too high for me. I'll go down.
That's cool, though.
Oh, my love, please tell me when.
Another beautiful day at home. But of course, there are always plenty of things that need to be done. TV commitments, interviews, and the all-important time on his beloved Harley. But fitting it all in? Well, that's the trick.
To a joy beyond compare. I can wait a moment more. Tell me quando, quando, quando. Say it's me that you adore. And then, darling, tell me when.
In Hollywood, as in show business, image is everything. For Engelbert, attention to detail has always been paramount. But how many performers these days actually design their own clothes?
Engelbert is very well known around the world. And when I met him, it was a big, big surprise for me in my career life. I made for Engelbert thousands of shirts, and for every occasion, it could be graduation, could be Christmas, New Year, he asked me to do the same style color, the same fabric, and the same button for his 3 children, Scott and Jason and Brad, all the time. He asked me to do that special design, pocket flap, multiple color button, and the cuffs also has a tab. The color has a wire inside. He turned it with his hand, the way he wants. Open more, less opening. He loved the style color. That's his creation.
Today's schedule includes yet another TV appearance. An opportunity to spend some close-up and personal time with fans is always welcome.
Yeah, 10
seconds, 10 seconds. Applause, yeah? 5 seconds, everyone. Have a great show. 3.
Just a couple of years ago, I said, "Oh, would you join me on my duet album?" He said, "That's girlfriend. Used to be my wife."
About 50 years.
We are
About
going
50 years, everybody.
We're gonna...
When the evening shadows and the stars appear, and there's no one there to dry your tears, I could hold you for a million years to make you feel my love. Another time, another place.
An entertainer's life never stops. And to stay at the top for so long, you need tenacity and stamina. And Engelbert was well aware of this right from the beginning, especially when he went into training with the man who trained Elvis, the legendary Mike Stone.
It's really unique, I think, in the realm that he lives. Because many of superstars just don't want to put out the effort. They don't think they need to anymore. You know, in fact, many of them, when they reach the pinnacle, they start sliding back. Angie is not that way. His personality is not that way. So when he got a chance to learn something new, like you said, it's inborn already in him. That's the way he is. That's the makeup of his DNA, to challenge himself, to try hard, to do something, to experiment. And that's just the way he is. So, yeah, tenacity is a great word to describe him, but not everybody has it.
I enjoyed it. I was being trained by one of the world's greatest martial art men, who is #1 in the world in the 60s, 91 bouts, undefeated world champion. So he traveled with me for a lot, and one of the nicest gentlemen I've ever met in my life. And
you know, a lot of times we just wait for the right opportunity to do something. So it comes along, you can't pass it up. And the fact that I was going to be with him for 6 or 8 months was a natural symbiosis of having the two of us come together to do something. And he started to really not only enjoy it, but he started to do very well at it. You know, he's a big guy. So, I mean, he did very well. I put him through some hell a lot of times, which was fun for me.
you know, it gives you a feeling of confidence. You don't want to fight. I mean, you're not fighting, but it gives you balance and it gives you discipline.
The thing that I had wanted, though, and I hope it did transpire, was that the idea initially for working with him was to help improve the quality of his life, you know, to make sure he's fit and healthy. And that, I think, is the most important thing for me, is that we did contribute something very positive to his life.
After so many years, fitness is still paramount, particularly when the phone rings and you know that at the end of today's road is another bus, another tour, and another audience. Leicester holds many memories for him, both happy and sad. But as he knows, memories are what help to make you who you are. Whenever he returns to the UK, these memories always take him to a sacred place that holds his heart. Family is everything, and family is forever.
This is my sister Celine and her husband here. Dad. I never walk on the grave. I wrote all the epitaphs for Mum and Dad. Be back, Ma. Love you.
Can you take me dress shopping today?
Take you?
Dress shopping?
Yeah.
Well, there's a reason in my madness that I haven't shopped yet.
Louise, you're terrible.
Is that a last-minute Louise? I have to live up to my name. I have to wait for the panic of the moment, and then I perform. This is like the best wedding ever. Every little girl's dream. Going to the palace. Breathe.
I'm a little bit nervous. I am, not a little bit, quite a lot, in fact, I'm telling you.
You know the expression, I'm gonna save it for a posh occasion. Never worn this. Actually, I was just given this for my 50th birthday, and I think that the Queen is posh enough. What do you think?
You know, the last time I met Her Royal Highness was probably 42 years ago. And it was a joy then, and I'm hoping it's going to be a great time tonight.
So this may not be the perfect piece with the outfit, which is last minute anyway, and but it was made by the Queen's jewelers, which makes it the perfect piece anyway, and it was given to my mother by my father, and yeah, the best piece to wear.
It's quite a thrill and quite an honor. I'm looking forward to it. Hope I'm dressed right. Yeah, here we are.
We're off to see Her Majesty the Queen.
It's a very special and happy night, but one tinged with sadness. His wife, Patricia, is now too ill to attend these functions, and Louise has found some solace in being able to spend more time with her dad and lend support.
1 mile, turn right on trail, then arrive at Buckingham Palace.
Dad, we're here. We're here at the palace.
Okay.
Okay.
As much as we'd love to be able to show you this glittering evening, it's always private at the palace. Engelbert has always been a great believer in what he feels are the responsibilities that come with being fortunate, and his involvement in charity work keeps him busy on home visits. But there's always time for a spot of the great British obsession.
Now, the visiting dressing room, if we go down there, working with and for charity is part of my job, and it's fantastic. And Engelbert doesn't have to do that. He's entertainer and that, but I know for a fact that he takes on masses of charitable work as well, you know. So I couldn't understand why Engelbert got the freedom of our city, but I couldn't quite understand why I got it. But people have said, you know, between us, I would think that, yeah, we do as much charitable work as we can.
One of the advantages of being in show business, the fact that you could raise money for charitable organizations. And when I first started, I didn't really mark down what I was doing. I just gave willy-nilly from my own pocket to charities in Leicester, in my hometown, or wherever I can do it, you know, to charities like the Leukemia Research, the Prince's Trust, UNICEF, Air Ambulance, AIDS. Last Christmas, we did a Red Cross charity where we raised money.
All together now.
With a single called All Together Now, and there were many famous artists on this particular single. So if you get a chance to listen to it, please listen to it and take part and buy it. Because it was not just me, it was a lot of other many wonderful people who provide for charitable organizations.
Let me hear, can I just hear it once?
Yeah, John.
Get familiar with it?
Yeah, John. Can you just fire up the mix from...
Yes.
That's your
We got you.
That's your
We got you.
That line that he does, you know.
Yeah, right.
It's rare to grab some personal time in the UK, but who could resist a quick peek at where it all began? His young family's very first apartment.
This is Engelbert Humperdinck, the singer, and he used to live here before he was famous.
Oh, okay.
We better walk away in case the people come out. Hey, look at it. This is where we used to come out and sunbathe. It was all gravel at one time. But now it's made it better. And one day, this one here went down the stairs and she was on the street with a little dolly standing on the edge of the street, and the traffic was going crazy. And I flew down those steps. You know, I mean, actually I jumped each level to get to her, and I grabbed her. My baby. But nobody bothered to pick her up. If I didn't go that on, what would have happened? You know? So anyway, she's here.
London is packed with history, but for music lovers, its heart is Denmark Street. Hundreds of years ago, it was where tinsmiths worked, and so it became known as Tin Pan Alley. It was here that Elton John and Bernie Taupin wrote Your Song, where the Rolling Stones recorded Not Fade Away and Donovan Catch the Wind. Jimmy Page and John Paul Jones were session musos in its studios. You name them, and all the greats have been here. But soon, it will all go under the wrecking ball.
It's very, very upsetting to know that they're even thinking about taking it down. The Elton Johns and the Rolling Stones and the Georgie Fame and all these people that hung out over here.
So sorry, but we need to get on with the one show. I'm so sorry.
All right, great. Thank you.
Really cheers.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, you're welcome.
Space. Well, basically, you remember you used to come through here. There was a little doorway, and it led out right away.
Jimmy, I see Jimmy's on the wall, and I had the pleasure of working with Jimmy. And one day, my guitarist didn't show up, and he said, "Don't worry, man, I'll play for you." And Jimi Hendrix played for me.
Right.
Yes, the great Jimi Hendrix.
The only street of guitar shops in the world.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow. Why are they going to take it away?
Another city on another continent. Melbourne, Australia is a long way from home. Distance gives you time to think, sometimes too much time. But to artists born to the road, it can focus the mind and help to ready them for those moments when performer and audience reach out to each other.
Life on the road. Looking down from my hotel room, seeing people enjoying themselves. If I have a day off, I can go and play golf or some tennis or get out on a boat. But most times, when we're on one-night stands, you're in your hotel room and that's it. You just wait for the show and then wait till you walk on stage and the loneliness goes away and you do your thing. That's the most beautiful part of my life. But you can utilize the day, look at all these other people. I wonder what they're doing behind the windows. I wonder what they're doing. I suppose they're working. They work. I'm a night worker. It's life on the road. That's show business. There's no business like show business.
No two nights are the same. Each performance is personal, with its own memories and emotions.
I consider myself a thespian of music, because when you're on stage, you have to act your part out, and not necessarily total acting, but feeling and emotions and everything that come out with it, And there's one song that I do on stage that really creates a lot of emotions inside of me. It's called How I Love You.
The softness of your lips, the color of your hair, the memory of your touch remains when you're not there. The echo of your laughter when I'm feeling blue, the meaning of my life.
And this song I've been doing in my show for quite some time, because the world is always, has its ups and downs, and there's conflict here and there, and there are places that we have to appear where there is some problems, and although it's dangerous areas to go to, I'm an artist. I don't go there. I'm not a political person. I don't deal in politics. My world is music and spreading love and peace around the world. As a matter of fact, it's the same as being a writer, a poet, I wrote a quote the other day, and I would like to share it with you because it sort of represents the same thing I'm talking about. And a poet renders a moment of thought that turns into meaningful words that breathe life and imagery into the chosen subject matter. That's what we're doing, We breathe that life and imagery when we're singing the songs, and it comes through your eyes, and it's felt with your body and your emotions and in your feelings, and that's what I do. That's my job.
In those days and weeks on the road, thoughts can become words, And this is important. Writing his quotes and poems is part of the man. It's personal, yet it's shared because deep down, no matter who we are, we all have the same needs and emotions.
Here's one I thought is very cute, because, you know, I was always taught as a child, if you're not going to say something nice about somebody, don't say anything at all, you know. So I wrote this thing. A thoughtful mind that carries the heart with kindly words to say. Please don't ignore those precious lines, they just might make your day. So if you should find the pen that writes such niceties to read, pick it up and keep it safe, for that pen belongs to me. How cute. I thought it was nice. It's a quote to my wife. If there is a shop that sells love and has more than I have given my darling wife, I would spend my last penny to empty it for her.
You know, I like being behind the wheel. It's so calming, especially when there's nothing on the streets. Over the last decade or so, when Popey was around and at home, I'd drive her anywhere she wanted to go. We were together 64 years, and the final years were too unscripted. As hard as we tried, that journey was predictably unpredictable. Her love and support was greater than any shiny award, and this documentary is definitely dedicated to the love she gave to me, our family, and friends. She missed driving so much. That speaks volumes to me. My darling, darling Popey.
I have to tell you, Lady Gaga is one of my favorite people. The only thing that will contemporize that song would be, you know, a few amazing guitar licks, you know?
The second playing on that.
All right, okay, bye. My music has been very instrumental in people's lives because of the wonderful stories that I tell in my music, the romantic style of my music, you know, and people have got engaged to it, they've gotten married to my music, you know, and it's nice to have music that has represented people's lives in such a wonderful way.
It always has been, and always will be, about the music. Every venue is different, and every performance needs to adapt to create the perfect audience experience. Every word has meaning. Every note has color and texture, and it has to be that way every time.
My music is emotional, it's romantic, each and every one of it has a story to tell, and each song should have a story to tell that people who are listening to it can relate to.
He pushes buttons because he's an attractive man, and he's always been. Women have always loved Engelbert, but he pushes. But I think his voice has a physical effect, and certain notes go boing and hit those spots in women. He has got a velvet tone. He's got certain notes which are beautiful. I've never heard a popular romantic voice to touch it. He had that then, he's got it now.
If a performer is blessed to have a special voice, it means that as soon as you hear it, you know who it is. It also means no one else sounds like that.
The uniqueness in his voice is certain tones, certain sounds that he makes as he, I mean, he hits operatic notes. He hits notes that an opera singer would hit. And then he would come lower, and in Please Release Me, Let Me Go. If you listen to that record, that is a totally unique quality.
And when Release Me came along, it stamped my style. I knew that this is it, romance. And that's how I've maintained my style throughout the years.
The big thrill, for me, always, is partly about the performer and partly if there's magic. If the magic connects with the audience and they feel connected, then you've got a great performer. Then you got a superstar. And when Engelbert starts singing and you see the girls swaying, some of them standing up and lifting him and separating him in his general direction, what can I say?
If a performer doesn't look relaxed and in command, then the audience can pick up on it, and the mood of the night can change. That's why rehearsals are so important.
And you're going to sing la 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 la. Right?
Sure.
You know it?
Yes.
When the arrangement and precision of the band are locked in, it leaves the performer free to interact with his audience and draw them closer into that private spotlight.
Yeah, that works, yes. That's nice. That's nice.
Okay.
That concert, that's it. Let's try that with the track, Michael.
Anyone that meets him must be aware of this long, decades-long career. But I will tell you, the man has a charm that goes beyond, hello, nice to see you, and sort of saying all the niceties. He's humble. The guy is not, he's just very comfortable as a man and isn't sort of pushing Engelbert Humperdinck in your face, if you know what I mean. He's just easy to get along with. Charming man.
I'm not the kind of person who can be the same off stage and on stage. I can't do that person. I have to be two different people. So I leave that placid person behind, and then the artist comes out when I walk on stage. It's an amazing transformation, I think. Amazing. Sometimes it baffles me when I see myself back on film and things like that when I'm on stage. It baffles me to think, is that me? You know, I am definitely an artist.
Ready for the off?
Ready for the off.
This is not anything.
On the other side, so green call, hand slash, green edge.
Yeah. On the green.
For I don't love you love again. Please release me, can you see? You'd be a fool to cling to me. To live a life would bring us pain. So release me and let me love again. The party's all over. They turned down the lights. They just gave a last call, but we won't say goodnight. We'll be leaving together like we always do. Even though we stumbled a time or two, I'm glad I danced with you.
I stood beside you. It was your time to shine. Through seasons of rain, I was there all the time. I grew old in your arms when others wanted to. And even though you stumbled a time or two, I'm glad I danced with you.
And we go round and round like lovers on a carousel, spinning through time. You're my Cinderella, and you've always been. If I could do it all over, I'd do it again. Even though we stumbled a time or two,
And even though the last waltz is almost through,
I'm glad I danced with you. The party's all over,
the party's all over.
and they turn